It's your boy Torius, back again with another video. I said that I'm back again with another video. Today I'm going to be telling you guys how to have a deeper voice, right? So smash the like button, comment below what you think, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it. So, when it comes to having a deeper voice, right? It's not really about having a deep voice. It's about having a voice that people are going to listen to, right? It's about having a voice that people are not going to be like, ugh, I don't like that voice, right? I remember one time when I was with my ex, I had a cold and I had a real raspy voice, right? Like I was like, and she was like, damn, your voice is so sexy. I like when you're sick. Which is kind of fucked up, right? When you think about it. But you know, I've been watching these videos over, and I was watching my other videos. Like I'm in the process of cutting up my interviews and turning them into clips. So go check them out on 6 Feet Interviews, YouTube. And you know, I'm looking at how I used to speak and how I used to communicate, and you know, I used to sound like a little girl, right? Like sometimes I have like I would always have like such high pitched sounds in my voice. Like I would talk like this. There's this book because I'm reading. I like to read books, and one of my books that I'm reading right now is called Voice Training. Right? Basically, in the book it was saying that like, you know, you speak through different areas of your body, right? Like it's crazy. Like when you understand consciousness and you understand like people's consciousnesses are different places in their bodies, you realize where people's consciousness is in their bodies, right? Like the deeper, like the more relaxed you are, it's like you send your consciousness, the light of your being, down to your dick, right? And you become more relaxed and you're able to speak from your diaphragm, and it's like you're letting your words come out through your diaphragm, right? And I remember when I moved out my mom's crib and I came back, she's like, oh, your voice got deeper. And some girls told me that I have like I wouldn't say like I have the most deepest voice, but I know how to command presence, right? I know how to have a more present voice. So you would say like it has more presence to it. Like I feel like I made a video like this in the past, but honestly the way that you have to see it is like you have to solidify your voice, right? Like you have to make it solid. Like when you talk through your nose and stuff, the words that you say are more like air, right? You have like an airy sound to your voice, and it's like when it's air, what can you do with air? You put your hand right through it. But when you speak through your like balls, as Elliot Hulse would say, and you ground your voice, it creates your voice to be more solid, right? It's like this weird thing. It's like you gotta see it as like you inhale the air and then it solidifies and densifies through your balls, and then it comes out as solid. It's like, you know, like trees. Right? Like I was listening to The Way of the Superior Man today. I was reading that book, and it was saying how you have to pierce through the world and poke through it, right? And it's like that's like what a tree is, right? Like a tree is a seed, and you put it in the ground and it pokes through and it penetrates the earth. That's what you have to do with your voice, right? That's what you have to do with your stuff. Like you have to become a tree. You have to basically plant the seed, which is the air, into your diaphragm, and then it comes out as a solid tree, and then it gives air to everything else. You give the tree air, the tree gives you air, right? Done. Well, honestly, the inflection of your voice comes from like how your status is perceived, right? Like if you're the king has the deepest voice. He speaks the loudest because this is his domain, and the peasant will be like, please stop. Even what other thing I would always notice in my videos is that I would always I'd edit those interviews, right? I'd always edit the interviews that I do on the street, and one thing I would notice is it's like I can see the energy, right? It's like I see the flow of the energy of the conversation, right? And I would notice that like when I speak, it's like the energy dies. But then when like other people speak, it's like the energy flows. So it's like I would, in real time, I'd be working my voice, and I would see like how the energy dissipates, and because conversation is basically life, right? Like that's why girls like to talk a lot, because they like to create life, and that's why like you could just tell a girl, hey, let's fuck, and then you fuck, but girls want to be like, oh, take me on like 10 dates and talk to me for 11 hours, right? So girls like to talk because talking is the life that they want to pierce through the world, right? I forgot what I was talking about. You know, everyone, like the girls want to talk and stuff, and I lost my train of thought, but whatever. Your voice signifies your status, and if you want to say something, it's like you have to, basically, if you want a deeper voice, tell the truth, right? Tell the truth, because your voice becomes the truth, right? Your voice literally becomes the truth if you're telling the truth. Like if you say something, then it is. It's like when they say in the Bible, God said, "Let there be light," and it was done. He said it. He didn't create light. He didn't take make a nuclear reactor and like now everyone has light. No, he just said, "Let there be light," and there was light. He said it. So it's basically the power of your word, right? The more your word is worth, the more it is solidified, right? So if you say, I'm gonna do this, and it gets done, then you have a more solid word, right? So therefore your voice is more powerful, because my voice, I also saw that like when you're like abused as a child, your voice stays at the same pitch, right? You were locked in as a child, and I was always talking like a little kid, like a little girl, because I was talking with my nose. I was real heady, and I was always talking about my head. But then I started, you know, learning how to talk with my diaphragm, and I would like send my diaphragm out, and I would just talk with that. So you just gotta put the air in your diaphragm and then talk like that. So I'm gonna get out of here. Like the video, comment below what you think, subscribe if you know. If you have any questions, just DM me on Instagram at Torius at 6 Reviews. I'll make a video talking about your question. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my Patreon and to donate to my charity, Hand on the Mountain. Link is in the description. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.